Hey there, deep diver. Ever feel like you're just on autopilot, kind of going through the motions, not really in the driver's seat?
Oh, I know that feeling.
Well, today we're diving deep into a book that promises to change that, to help you grab the wheel. It's called As a Man Thinketh.
Ah, a classic.
And before you skip ahead thinking, not for me, trust me, it's packed with timeless wisdom for everyone.
It really is. It's been a guiding light for over a century, and for good reason. This book, it delves into the incredible power of your thoughts, like how they can literally shape the reality you experience.
Okay, so not just like positive vibes, but actual tangible impact.
Exactly.
That's what I'm here for. So the source material, it uses this metaphor of the mind being like a garden.
Yeah, love that one. Think of it this way. Every thought is a seed. So if you let your mind become overrun with weeds, those negative, self-sabotaging thoughts we all have,
Oh, yeah.
it's not going to flourish. But if you cultivate it carefully, you plant those seeds of positivity, purpose, belief in yourself,
Right.
you can grow something truly amazing.
So it's not about pretending everything's perfect,
Yeah.
but about choosing what to focus on.
Precisely. Recognizing that you have a choice, in what you allow to take root in your mind. You're not just a passenger in your own life. You have the power to steer the direction.
You have the wheel.
You got it.
I like that. One point that really blew my mind was how our thoughts can even impact our physical well-being. Like the book actually mentions wrinkles being caused by negativity.
It sounds wild, but think about it. When you're stressed, what happens? You might frown, clench your jaw, your body tenses up.
Yeah.
It's like harboring resentment it's like holding a physical poison inside yourself.
Wow.
Now imagine the opposite. Cultivating joy, gratitude, those light up the room emotions, as a man thinketh, emphasizes that you can, literally think your way to better health.
So we're not just talking about feeling better emotionally, but actual physical changes. That's huge. That's a game changer. It's like, you know how they say smile and the world smiles with you?
Right.
This takes it to a whole new level.
It does. It's about recognizing those thoughts. They trigger real physiological responses in your body.
Mhm.
And over time, those responses, they add up.
Yeah. So this whole concept of thoughts shaping reality,
Yeah.
it's powerful, but it's also
It feels a
a
little
lot of
bit.
responsibility, right?
It is, but it's also incredibly empowering. This book, it challenges us to really take ownership of our lives. It's easy to blame external factors for our shortcomings, and say, well, this happened to me, so that's why I'm like this.
Right.
But as a man thinketh, it flips the script. It says, no, you are not a product of your circumstances. You are the architect of your reality.
So if I'm constantly focusing on what I lack, on my failures, am I more likely to actually attract those very things into my life?
It's not about some mystical law of attraction, but it's about how our beliefs influence our actions. Think about it. If you go into a job interview convinced you're going to fail,
No.
are you going to project confidence? Are you going to put your best foot forward?
Right, probably not.
Probably not. Your belief becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. That makes so much sense. It's like, what was Henry Ford? He said, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right.
Yes.
Our beliefs have that power to shape our reality. So how do we start shifting those beliefs? Where do we even begin?
It starts with awareness. The book really stresses the importance of paying attention to your thoughts, that internal dialogue that's constantly running in the background. Are you predominantly positive and encouraging? Or is it a chorus of self-doubt and criticism?
So it's like becoming an observer of your own mind, noticing those default patterns of thought that have become so ingrained, we hardly even recognize them. Exactly. And once you develop that awareness, you can start to challenge and reframe those negative thoughts. So say you catch yourself thinking, I'm going to bomb this presentation. You can counter that with, you know what? I've prepared thoroughly and I have valuable insights to share. You shift from a mindset of fear to one of confidence.
That's a really tangible example. And it's not about denying the negative thought, but about choosing a more empowering perspective.
Exactly. Recognizing you have the power to choose your thoughts.
Yeah.
And in doing so, you influence your experiences.
And that resonates with what we were talking about earlier. Not being a passenger, but the driver.
Yes.
It's like we've been handed the keys to the control room. We just need to learn how to use them.
And that's precisely what this book helps us to do. It equips us with the tools and insights to harness the incredible power of our thoughts. and to create the reality we desire.
This is making me think about goals, right? Like if I'm trying to build a new habit, but I keep telling myself,
Mhm.
I'm going to fail. I always
It-
do. It's
uh,
like I'm setting myself up before I even begin, right? Like it's like,
Exactly. As a man thinketh, it emphasizes that our thoughts aren't just these, fleeting things. They're powerful forces that shape our actions. So if you approach a goal with like doubt and fear,
yeah.
those thoughts, they'll manifest as procrastination, hesitation, a lack of commitment. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
So it's not enough to just like set the goal. I
Yeah.
need to cultivate the beliefs that actually support it.
Yep.
Like instead of, I'm going to fail, it's, okay, I'm capable of change and I'm committed to trying my best.
Precisely. Imagine the difference in your energy and actions when you approach a challenge with that kind of empowering belief.
Yeah.
It's like that saying, right? Energy flows where attention goes. What we focus on expands.
Oh, I've heard that.
So if you're constantly dwelling on your fears and limitations, well, you're giving them power. But when you shift your focus to what you want, to those possibilities that excite you, you align yourself with them. It's like on an energetic level even.
That's wild. And that reminds me of something else the source material talks about,
Yeah.
the importance of dreams. I don't mean just in a win the lottery sense,
Right.
but as like a real driving force in actually shaping our reality.
Absolutely. As a man thinketh, it celebrates those who dare to dream big. The artists, the innovators, the ones who can see beyond the limitations of what is and envision what could be. Dreams, they ignite our imaginations, they fuel our passions, they give us something to strive for.
Yeah, it's like without those dreamers, we'd never push the boundaries of what's possible.
Yeah.
We need those bold visions to inspire us, to pull us forward.
Exactly. Think about any, significant invention, any social movement, any work of art that has moved you. They all began with a dream, a vision of something different, something more. And as a man thinketh, reminds us that we all have that capacity, to dream, to envision a better future, not just for ourselves, but for the world.
You mentioned art, and it's interesting. I'm just picturing the author, James Allen, sitting down to write this book over 100 years ago. He had a dream, right? A message he wanted to share with the world. And look at the impact it's had. It's still resonating with people over a century later.
It's incredible, isn't it? That's the power of aligning your actions with your thoughts, with your dreams. As a man thinketh, it's a testament to that. Because it's not enough to just daydream, right? We need to actually cultivate a mindset that supports our goals. We need to become conscious creators of our reality.
So how do we do that? What are some practical steps we can take to bridge that gap between just thought and action?
Well, the book suggests starting with self-awareness, like really pay attention to your thoughts. Are they predominantly positive and encouraging, or are they laced with self-doubt, fear, criticism? It's like becoming an observer of your own mind. Noticing those, default patterns of thought that have become so habitual, we hardly even recognize them.
Like holding up a mirror almost
Yeah.
to your thoughts, just seeing them for what they are, without judgment.
Precisely. And once you develop that awareness, then you can start to, challenge and reframe those negative thoughts. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "Ugh, I'm not good enough to go for that promotion,"
Yeah.
ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support that belief?
Right.
Is there another, maybe a more empowering way to look at this situation?
So instead of letting that negative thought spiral, I could counter it with, okay, wait, I have worked hard, I am skilled,
Mhm.
and I do deserve to be considered.
Exactly. It's about shifting from a victim mentality to one of empowerment,
Yeah.
recognizing that you have the power to choose your thoughts, and in doing so, you influence your experiences.
It's funny, we often think of self-improvement as this big external thing, right?
Right.
Hitting the gym, climbing the career ladder, all that.
Mm-hmm.
But as a man thinketh, it reminds us that real transformation, it starts within. Like it's about mastering our inner world first.
Absolutely. It's about, cultivating a sense of serenity.
Certainly.
And I don't mean in a naive, bury your head in the sand kind of way, but a deep, abiding peace that comes from knowing you have the power to choose your thoughts, your responses, regardless of what's happening around you.
It's not about avoiding life's challenges, but about kind of weathering them
Yes.
with more resilience.
Exactly. Think about it when you're ruled by your emotions, right? By
Yeah.
every little thing that goes wrong. It's like you're constantly being tossed and turned by the waves.
Yeah.
But when you develop that inner stillness, that ability to just observe your thoughts and choose your responses, you become like a rock in the surf, still and grounded, even amidst the chaos.
I like that visual. And it makes me think, in a world that's constantly bombarding us with information and pressure and demands, this book, written over 100 years ago,
Right.
feels more relevant than ever.
It really does. At its core, As a Man Thinketh is about tapping into something, I think, timeless and universal, the power of the human spirit. It's a reminder that we are not victims of our circumstances. We are active participants.
We're creating our reality.
Yeah.
We talked earlier about how thoughts can literally shape our physical well-being.
Mm-hmm.
And now with this idea of serenity, it's like we're taking it a step further. It's not just about physical health, but about cultivating a deep sense of inner peace and well-being.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that true happiness and fulfillment, they don't come from chasing external things. They come from cultivating a sense of contentment, gratitude for what we already have.
Like they say, happiness is an inside job.
Exactly. Shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, from what's wrong to what's right. Embracing a mindset of abundance, recognizing that we are inherently worthy and deserving of good things.
It's a good reminder. Yeah. So as we start to wrap up our deep dive into As a Man Thinketh, I'm curious, for those listening who are feeling inspired, maybe even a little overwhelmed, where do we even begin to put all of this wisdom into practice?
Start with small, consistent steps. Choose one or two key takeaways that really resonate with you and focus on integrating them into your everyday life. Maybe it's starting a gratitude journal, practicing positive affirmations, or even just becoming more mindful of your self-talk.
So not about making these huge, sweeping changes overnight,
Right, yeah.
but about cultivating new habits of thought, one step at a time.
Exactly. Remember, every thought is like a seed. The more you plant those seeds of positivity, purpose, belief in yourself, the more you're going to cultivate a life that reflects those qualities.
We are gardeners of our own minds,
We are.
tending to the soil, planting the seeds, and nurturing them with care.
And just like a garden, it takes time, patience, consistent effort. But the rewards, they're more than worth it.
This has been such a great deep dive, really making me rethink the power of my own thoughts. Any final words of wisdom for our listeners as they embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and transformation?
Remember, you have within you everything you need to create a life you love. Trust in yourself, believe in your dreams, and never, ever underestimate the transformative power of your own thoughts.
Beautifully said. And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the timeless wisdom of As a Man Thinketh. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep cultivating the incredible power that resides within you.